guys, it's me again. I'm Miss Hunter, and I want to go over the syllabus with you today. I wanted to do it in the other video, but it ended up being like 18 minutes long, and then I was like, ugh, they don't want to watch that. So, I'm going to go over the syllabus with you and kind of talk about what we're going to be, actually, the goal of this class is. And so, I think I've already told you this, but we have all of our information here. Required text. Already shown y'all this, but there it is again. Course materials, basically I need you to have Microsoft Office. And there's a free version of Microsoft Office on Coastal's portal, and you can get it for free. I did it at home, and it really works on my computer, so I think that's the best option. Don't waste your money buying anything, because you can just get it. Okay, so now, the course description. What we'll be doing this semester? Well, this class is considered American Lit 1 from beginnings. I find that problematic, and I'll tell you why. Because really, what we're looking at is from the beginning of English literature, or people who speak English. And so the problem with that is, most of us already know that there were people who did not speak English who were already here, so it's not really the beginnings of America, but whatever, rant over. I may have already said this too. I don't like it. Anyway, beginnings to 1865, and that's the end of the Civil War. And we're going to look at, I think one of the things that we look at a lot in here, because we have a lot of historical documents, is like the historical context of it. So, I want to talk about kind of what we need and what you hopefully will achieve by the time this is over. So, I want you to be able to really describe, analyze, and interpret probably more different pieces of literature. You'll be doing that every week. And then critically analyze and interpret pieces of literature. That you'll probably do more in your essay assignments, and then write critical essays. Well, basically you'll be doing those things in your critical essays. And you'll be using MLA format exclusively in this class. So if you were in MO 112, we did MLA and APA, so now we're just going to do MLA. Grading system, pretty normal. Now, look at this class. This class is kind of interesting because there's not like a ton of assignments to like spread out. So there are a couple assignments that you absolutely have to do to pass the class. And so your essays basically are those. But if you think about it, there's 2 essays, so really they're 20% each. But if you think about that compared to all this other stuff, whew, it's a lot. Your annotated bibliographies, usually my students do pretty well on those, 25%. Reader responses, that's your homework, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And then you have 2 presentations, 1 author presentation and 1 Gothic presentation. It's kind of fun. I like it, not gonna lie. So basically here I outline kind of what the essays are, what the annotated bibliographies are, reader responses, presentations. Then one thing I do want to talk to you about is the assignment graveyard. If on any of these things Blackboard glitches up, you can basically still turn in your assignment on the assignment graveyard in the discussion forum. If you turn it in on time, I'll just grade that one and everything is cool. You may want to email me and tell me you did it, and I may not get to it as soon as I would get to other things. Probably I would if it's like an essay, but maybe not for homework, but I'll get to it. I usually say I just grade it at the end of the semester. So if you have any questions about that, you can. But I do that instead of whenever something messes up, you email me. When students email me, it gets lost, man. It's like I have so many emails coming in on a day that it just gets like really, really lost. Okay, so my late work policy, here you go. So basically for any assignment, it's 10 points per day the assignment is late. So I went ahead and made this little graphic for you. You turn your paper in at 11:59 on Friday, which would be its due date. No point deduction. Woo! Good job. You turn your paper in 2 minutes late. Wah, wah. You lose 2 points. Sad face. Or 10 points, excuse me, sad face. You turn your paper in on Monday. That's 2 days late, so you lose 20 points. So kind of keep that in mind. And I usually do it by midnight. So at 12:01 on Saturday, it's going to be late. So 12:01 on Sunday, it's going to be 2 days late. Does that make sense? So we'll move on. Extra credit. So for your reader responses, I do drop 1 automatically. So it just goes away. So that's one good thing. But I do a grade replacement too. So if you are willing to meet with me, before the midterm via a Teams meeting, then I will also replace another low grade with 100. And I do this because I want you to know that it's a really great resource and a really great way to see my face and really have a good conversation. So if you'll do that, and really it's not that big of a deal because we're just introducing ourselves and being like, hey, but I'll replace one just for meeting with me because I feel like once you do it one time, most students will come back and meet with me again. Okay, attendance, we talked about that already, so I'm going to skip that. And reinstatement, I'm going to skip that. So communication, basically that means get up with me with your Coastal email account. I would say if you email me during the week, so 9 to 3, Monday through Friday, you should expect a reply within 24 hours. If during that time you don't get a reply, just send the email again. It's probably that I forgot, or like I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, come back to it. And then like 20 people came into my office. So basically what I'm saying is don't get too mad. I will try to get it as soon as I can. And if it happens, then just hit me back and I'll do it. I promise. No reason to get mad. I won't get mad at you if you hit me again. Like that's what people say, like, oh, I don't want to aggravate her. But no, definitely aggravate me. That's what I need. So don't worry about that. I talk about classroom etiquette in here a little bit, but honestly, you don't have a lot of interaction with the rest of your class, so it's not even that big of a deal. But I do think in any class that has any form of discussion, you should act professionally. And so what that means is I think you should refrain from sexist language, racist language, homophobic language, transphobic language, anything that makes fun of people's religion. There's just no point in it. And you can still say what you want to say without being mean. So let's just try to say things academically. Okay. So, plagiarism. You know what plagiarism is. I feel like you're in a 200 level class, but it can be anything from stealing a paper off the internet or from your friend or recycling a paper to just forgetting the in-text citations. One of those is a lot better than the other three, right? If you just forget your in-text citation, you're probably not getting in trouble. If you do those other three, I'm not 100% sure. So, just kind of read my policy on that. Now, resources, the Writer Center. That's a really good resource, and people don't use it enough, I think, in my 200 level class. I say this, I am the coordinator for it as well, but it's free, and we have basically two kinds of sessions that are working right now. Video tutoring sessions, which is through Microsoft Teams, and basically you'll sign up for an appointment, and then you'll get a Microsoft Teams invitation, and then you'll meet with a tutor face-to-face online. But they'll see your paper, you'll talk about your paper. It'll be like basically a face-to-face meeting, but the tutor also will make some comments on your paper. So it's kind of cool. I really think it's going to be the best of all kinds of worlds here. Then if you can't make the time, I would say that we do have online tutoring as well. And online tutoring is fine. You'll send your paper in, and the tutor will make comments on it, and then she'll send it back to you. Now, the thing about this is you really won't get as much good information, I think, from this kind of session because basically you can't communicate with the person. And so I would say this really should be left for people who can't make the video tutoring session. And that's 9 through 3, I think, is the time there as well. Okay, face-to-face tutoring, not available this semester. I mean, really, if you think about it, what the Writer Center does is we look at your paper and we can't get close enough without getting coronavirus. So, well, we're not going to do it. Disability accommodations. If you need those accommodations, I've actually probably already gotten an email. And then if you feel like you need them but you don't have them, go ahead and contact the ADA coordinator. And here is his phone number. We have a new guy, so I can't remember his name right now. And then we do have a pretty interesting student success team, which they will be student success coaches, and they really can help. If you feel like you're overwhelmed with classes or work or anything, try to get with one of those student success coaches, and you can get them by emailing right here. The Title IX statement is basically the sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, and if you do see any of that, please report it to Dr. Annette Harpine, and there's her information. And then we have the communicable disease policy because we are living in the time of COVID. So, with that in mind, like I've said this before, but I really prefer a virtual meeting. But I think it's kind of cool because, I mean, like last semester, I know last summer, I did do a couple at home whenever like students were like, oh, I can't get off work until after. And I don't worry about asking me to do that because it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, usually these meetings take like 5 minutes, and I really try to get to know my students. So I would say, go ahead and let's try to work this. Okay, so anyway, well, this is my syllabus. Again, if you have any questions, you just let me know. I look forward to getting to know you, and y'all have a great day.